You know the exact feeling. It's late, the screen is glowing, and you're scrolling again. Your eyes are heavy, but you just can't stop. You are literally losing hours to cheap dopamine, and it's an exhausting, physical sensation, like this heavy weight just dragging you down. You know you should stop, but you don't.
And tomorrow morning, you'll tell yourself it's going to be different. But by the afternoon, boom, that craving hits for sugar, for screens, for any kind of distraction. You fight that visceral weight in your chest, but eventually, you cave. It is absolutely exhausting constantly fighting your own brain, making it feel like your bad habits are just permanently cemented into who you are. So you start to believe it's your fault, right? That you're just weak. But what if everything you believe about your lack of discipline is completely wrong? What if the problem isn't your willpower at all, but your biology? Because the truth is, your struggle isn't a moral failing. It is a literal biological hijack.
Section 1. The biological plot twist. According to neuroscience research by Dr. Vidita Vaida, you're actually fighting a biological clock. See, your brain's ability to change, its neuroplasticity, is incredibly vibrant for the first 25 years of your life. But after 25, that neural concrete begins to set. As those pathways harden, change becomes incredibly difficult, and that window of easy plasticity begins to close.
Section 2. Mechanics of a hijack.
So, how exactly did we get stuck? Well, it comes down to the dopamine hijack. Deep inside your brain is the ventral tegmental area, or VTA. It's this ancient hardware designed to keep you alive by motivating you to find food and water. But modern life engineered these crazy super stimuli, things like refined sugar and endless social media feeds. These stimuli completely overwhelm your VTA, hijacking the exact same survival circuitry meant to keep you breathing.
Now you might think your genetics just doom you to this cycle, but your biology is really just the blueprint. It's only the starting point. Your daily habits and your environment, they are the true architects here. They are actively building and shaping the physical structure of your brain every single day. Because every single repeated action structurally alters your brain across two main systems. First, there's procedural memory, which is basically your muscle memory, living right there in the striatum. Then you have explicit memory, containing your conscious facts and emotions, which lives over in the hippocampus. When you repeat bad habits, you are physically reinforcing these structures. You're essentially building thicker cables for the exact behaviors you hate doing. You absolutely have to rewire these pathways before they permanently lock in. Before we break down the exact biological protocol to do just that, if this explainer is changing how you see your own brain, please support us by subscribing to the channel. Okay, let's look at the mechanical steps. Section 3. The rewiring protocol.
We are dropping all the motivational fluff here because this is purely about biology. Here is the exact protocol. Step 1. Postpone gratification and literally force your brain to wait. Step 2 is establishing extreme procedural consistency. You must repeat the action to physically build that new circuit in your basal ganglia. And step 3 is utilizing emotional intensity, because emotion is what locks explicit memory into the hippocampus. You literally must care deeply about the outcome.
To actually force plasticity, you need to practice neurological aerobics, or neurobics. This means doing things like learning a complex new language, mastering a really difficult instrument, or engaging in highly demanding cognitive tasks. You actually need to do things you inherently dislike. Why? Because that friction, that sheer difficulty, is exactly what stretches those neural pathways and forces your brain to adapt.
You also have to practice prefrontal override. Think of elite athletes, like Michael Phelps. He mentally visualized his goggles breaking and filling with water way before a race even started. He used his prefrontal cortex to simulate panic and then overrode it with extreme process discipline. He trained his brain to crush the limbic fear response and reject cheap dopamine. And you know what? You can train yours the exact same way. Section 4. The final neural verdict. At the end of the day, your brain is a physical machine that responds to the precise inputs you feed it. Here is the ultimate verdict. Your biology provided the initial blueprint, but your daily habits are permanently forging your brain's long-term capabilities. You are either actively building a disciplined mind or passively reinforcing a hijacked one. The concrete is setting, so what are you going to build?
If this video has challenged your thinking and added value to your life, please support us by subscribing to the channel.
And yes, make sure to share this video with at least 2 of your friends so they can add value to their lives as well.